Well, this is my first video diary of doing the Cambridge weight plan, um, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. And I can never say that I've ever looked forward to doing a diet in my life, but I'm really excited about starting this one on Monday. Today's Saturday, so I'm just kind of gearing myself up for starting on Monday. Um, I've kind of got to a point in my life now where 35 in June, and I need to do something about my weight. I've always been bigger, or on the bigger side. Even as a kid, I was classed as chubby, I guess. And I remember being sort of around about 18 and weighing about 11 stone, and that's kind of crept up slowly, but noticeably, until now, obviously 35. Um, so I came across this. I was gonna start healthy eating in the new year anyway, but I found out through a friend that another friend had had been doing something called Cambridge, and I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about it until actually New Year's Eve, where I actually spoke to Helen. Hi, Helen. Who told me a lot more about it. So I actually went onto the website and did New Year's Eve, stayed in New Year's Eve, and not because of that, but just stayed in and actually spent hours and hours on the internet researching this Cambridge weight plan, and I was really surprised the positivity of which people who had done it were coming back with, and just how well it worked for the majority, if not sort of 90% of the people who actually did it. And it was purely down to willpower that the people that did it succeeded. Um, the What kind of impressed me most about it by the first glance was on the forum there was a before and after section, with photographs that had been self-taken by people who had been on the plan, and the difference in some of the people were phenomenal. The weight loss in not just a short space of time, but they've been able to manage to keep it off and maintain, because it's more about training your body to do completely different eating habits, not just a diet and then kind of going back to snacking. Um, and these were real people that had posted photographs, varying between a week weight loss and 12 months. Some of the most startling ones were 10 stone losses in things like 4 months, 6 months. I don't need to lose that much, thankfully. Um, but and just how positive people were and how supportive people were on there, and it just really impressed me. Um, my major problem with my diet is I don't overeat. I'm not a pigger, supposedly. I just eat the wrong things and I like the wrong things. I like very rich food, very high in salt, flavoured food, spicy food. Um, I've never been a vegetable eater. I wasn't brought up really on vegetables and things like that. Um, I I think that's just how my tastes have developed. And I just find bland food, vegetables and um, just fish, um, and just plain chicken and things like that. I just found it really dry and horrible. I have to have everything covered. Crisps. I've got a savoury tooth rather than a sweet tooth, so I'm terrible with olives. I could eat my way through mountains of olives. And bread. And I think they're the main things. Oh yeah, and beer. Um, but it's kind of I have to retrain my brain. I have to kind of say, right, I no longer eat these things. And this is why something like Weight Watchers or Slimming World isn't very good for me, because I do have that sort of ingrained mental attitude towards that food. Um, that yes, okay, you can eat what you like on Weight Watchers and things like that, but I shouldn't because I can't stop. And um, I wouldn't be able to just kind of have half a bag of crisps and put it away. It would have to be a bag of crisps. And then it would be like, well, why do that? I might as well just go for the whole hog. So I need to keep away from those kind of foods completely. So this is where Cambridge is kind of good for me. So Cambridge, it's I guess it's more comparable to something like Slim Fast, but a little bit more hardcore. Um, in respect that it's I think it's all very scientific. And it's a little bit more like the Atkins as well, where it's a complete carb-free diet, and a very, very low calorie diet. And you replace your meals with not liquids, but you replace your meals with vitamin enriched shakes and porridge and soups. Um, Now I'm starting on something called salsa. There's 6 steps that you can go through. Because I do have quite a substantial amount of weight to lose, which is around the £60 mark. Yes, £60 I've got to lose. Yikes. But it is possible for me to do it, and it is possible for me to do it in 6 months. My aim is to get down to a BMI of 25 by my birthday in June, and obviously slinky. Um, so these shakes, oh, it's going to be tough. I know it's going to be really hard to do, but I've kind of really focused on it, and I can't remember the last time that I focused on something so much. Actually, I don't think I ever have. Um, and being as excited about changing myself completely. I guess for me as well, it's a little bit more than just losing weight. It's kind of battling a few demons that have kind of popped up along the way, um, and kind of sticking a middle finger up to those people. And um, I don't need to go into that, but it's so anyway. This is just kind of one of the ones. I mean, this is a fruit of the forest shake. Um, just mixed with water, but you can also mix them with hot water to make them into a hot drink as well. And there's 138 calories in that. Now that might seem a lot, and I could have 4 bags of crisps a day, but this has got so much sort of nutrients. It's actually going to be I'm going to be a lot healthier on these than I do on my normal diet, for the simple reason that there are vitamins in this. So you don't actually need to take a vitamin supplement with it at all either. What it does is, because you're not actually taking any carbohydrates on board, um, your body goes into a thing called ketosis, where you're actually burning the fat quicker. I don't know all the sort of technical. I've read about it, but it's all very kind of Wikipedia it about ketosis. And it's kind of the same state as what the Atkins does. But obviously there's not as it's a little bit better for you than Atkins, because you are getting a bit more sort of vitamins and minerals, I guess, in there. And again, you can still eat what you want on the Atkins. I could eat sackful and steak if I wanted, but I don't think it'd be very good for me. Um, so yeah, the reason I'm doing this, I I need to, and I know I've got quite a few friends who've kind of a bit, don't go crash dieting, don't go losing too much weight, don't go doing this, that, and the other. You might put it on back off on afterwards. We can say that about any diet. I mean, I lost 19 pounds on Weight Watchers a few years ago, and some have gone back on. So I'm gonna give it a go. It costs roughly, because of the kind of amount that you're eating, it does sound a lot. It's cost me about £40 a week. Um, but I'm not buying takeaways. I'm not buying beer, wine, anything like that. That's another thing. I cannot drink alcohol while I'm on it. So anybody who is going on a night out, I will come, but I will be on iced water, I'm afraid. Um, but by June, I'm going to get absolutely rat-arsed, so, that'll be fine. I'll save it up. God, imagine how pissed I'm going to be. Pissed on a lager. Cheap. Um, so, yeah, you can't go into that. And I've been told that there can be a couple of side effects from it as well, but not everybody gets them. Um, so you can get something called a pear drop breath, where because your body's not actually producing sugars and you're not intaking sugars, or your body's producing sugars, sorry, um, excuse me, you get breath that smells like pear drops. Now that probably sounds, oh, pear drops are alright, but apparently it's horrible. So I'll probably be chewing a lot of either gum or using a lot of breath freshener spray. So if you see me, just take a step back, just in case. And hair loss. Hair loss is another possible side effect. Now, I've not read about anybody that's actually lost hair through it, but they do list it as a side effect. And as most of you know, I do like to mess with my hair. So for the next few months, I'm just going to be I'm not going to be doing extensions, I'm not going to be doing anything to it. I'm just going to be, even dyeing, I'm going to stay away from permanent dyes and just put semis on. And just take really good care of it because I did lose a fair bit when I had my extensions removed. Um, so yeah, dead excited. Tomorrow, well tonight's sort of last meal. Having a curry and a cash. Oh, can't wait for that. And then tomorrow, having a cupboard cleaning session, which is going to be fun. I'm going to get rid of anything that was left of Christmas. Um, we've got pickles and things like that. I mean, I am a complete condiment queen. Peter's not. So I'm going to get rid of every single sauce in the house. I've got cheese left over from Christmas, although I've been told not to get rid of that. The only bad thing that I'm going to allow in the house is my stepdaughter's treat jar, which I've actually faced against the wall, and um, I've asked her nicely to see if that she doesn't ask me for a sweet because I don't want to be going in and getting her something out and kind of going, ooh, Haribo, one won't harm, ooh, packet won't harm. So she's going to ask her dad for treats and things. So that's good. And I just really have to stick with it. And I'm looking forward to a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons why I want to do this. Not just for vanity, not just for the way I look. I mean, as most of you know, good friends with the Burley Girls, and I did do a spot of burlesque as well. But and it is really good for your body confidence. But I wouldn't. I kind of gave it up because I felt a bit uncomfortable. Just seeing some photographs of myself up there. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Everything is starting to go south a bit. So possibly Kitty Van Gogh may make a comeback when I've lost the weight. Who knows? Um, but yeah, so don't know what else I've got to say. But I'm going to do a diary every day in my first week just to keep a track of how much I lose in my first week. It is possible to lose because you do lose a lot of fluid because you're not taking on any salt. You lose a lot of water, and it is possible to lose nearly a stone in the first week. Um, oh, that's something, water. Have to drink at least 4 pints a day. Now I like water anyway. I drink ice water when I'm at home with a meal or anything like that before bed. Um, so it keeps my skin very nice. So that's not a problem. That's not the water intake's not an issue for me. I don't feel like I'm drowning. Um, but yeah, I'll speak to you when on it'll be might do one tomorrow, but it'll be Monday after my first day. Okay, see you later.